That's nice. Your take on it, Krish?
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm super excited because this is the first time I'm taking participating in any competition.
It. Your take on it, Manil?
Yes, sir. I am also very excited for this competition, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Great. Glad to see you all on this Sunday where India is struggling with Australia and you'll be struggling with us. So, any other exciting story anybody would like to raise their hand and tell me about it before we start this amazing session for today? So, all these new participants have just joined in. I request all of you, we would love to see your lovely faces on this Sunday. Can I ask everyone to switch on their videos? Hello, Dev. Still waiting for 27 of us. So we have duo of Priya Jain. Would you like to introduce yourself, Priya, and your teammate?
Sure. Hi, sir. This is Kriya Jain, and I'm in my final year studying product design in GLS University, Ahmedabad. And I'm really looking forward for this competition. I actually want to know where I stand in the market, maybe. So let's see.
Trust me, this is coming from my heart. Everybody is individual and you all stand still. You yourself have proved yourself worth by participating in such a noble initiative. So I think we all are going to take it in a healthy way, whichever way we end up, but we are sure you're going to evolve as an individual at the end of the day. And to initiate that, we have such an amazing session lined up for you in the future also. And we're going to have one of them. Now we have a trio of Pranav. Hello, Pranav and your team. For now, you need to unmute yourself. Hi.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Can you introduce three of you? Is it a team that you guys are participating together?
Yes, sir.
Are you three participating together or something like that? Would you throw some light on that?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We can just
32. Okay. So we have a guest, Mr. Anuj, joined us. Hello, Anuj sir. Can you hear me?
Can you see button Masala?
He is just joined us.
Evening. Hi.
Hello, sir. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Yes. So I've asked all these exciting young brains to turn on their videos because it's always good to interact with live images. So can you all wave a hi to him? So he
I have to see. Wait, let me just see all the young ones on a grid.
please.
Okay. Hi. Sorry. Hi everyone. I
So
see lots of people. Okay.
yes. We will just wait for 5 minutes because we have participants joining in and we don't want to glitch in between. So I will just but you are on the mic. So before we start a very formal session, would you like to or interact or what do you call it? Just an informal session. We're gonna have one at the end of it, but just before we start to warm up them.
No, I mean, I saw all the, like, I didn't see the entries or whatever. I just saw the names. I was looking at all the colleges that are participating. So I realized quite a variety of colleges. Some are from Chennai. I saw Dot College was there. There was GLS. There was Anand. There was, I think some place, Nasik. There was a college from there. And so there are lots of different colleges. Some I've been already there. So, but interesting. Um, it's very interesting how competitions make you work towards something.
So apart from the design fraternity, we have participants from the engineering background as well,
Okay.
which makes it more the journey interesting. And we're
Nice.
looking for a very collaborative. I think the world is moving towards collaboration, and this kind of initiatives can be small steps towards it.
Definitely. It is. It's. I think it's. I mean, the world has moved only because of collaboration, nothing else. It's nothing else that has mattered so far. Individuals have done a little bit, and the people together have taken it ahead. Great.
So I think we are good to go. We'll be having participants joining in. I'll ask my fellow member Bharat to inform me if their participants was admitting. I'll just do it in between it. Okay. Sir, I'm just putting you on the mute so that I can formally start.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Rather making it a formal session, it's going to be a casual interactive session. So I'm going to clarify it that very beginning. If anybody in between has anything to question, there's an option of raise hand at the settings. They can always raise hand and we would be addressing their question in the coming time. So, hello everyone. I'm Gopal Patel, Honorary Secretary at IIID-Charotar Center. I welcome you all on behalf of IIID-Charotar Center today. We're all pleased to have you on board on this amazing journey of collaboration called Sarjan. This ambitious project is initiated under the tenure of Chairman Architect Atish Patel and is headed by two talented committee members, Architect Rachita Patel and Architect Bharat Patel. Without wasting any time further, I would like Rachita Ben and Bharat to take over and talk about Sarjan to initiate this session. Over to you guys.
All the dear participants and our guest speaker for today's design talk, Mr. Anuj Sharma. We are delighted to welcome you all to the Sarjan, an innovative design competition brought to you by Indian Institute of Interior Designer, Charotar Center.
Sarjan is not merely a competition, it's a platform that challenges your creativity to design zero maintenance furniture for open spaces and semi-open spaces. Our goal is to go beyond the traditional furniture designs by creating solutions that foster community knowledge sharing and the growth.
As we've all gone through the brief, we have two categories to design for. First is open space, where we invite you to envision outdoor furniture that thrives in challenging Indian climate, serving as a permanent fixture in space. Meanwhile, the second category encourages you to explore the possibilities of semi-open and indoor furniture, emphasizing mobility, functionality, and arrangement.
So we are excited to witness the brilliant designs that will emerge from this competition, redefining the role of furniture for given spaces. So let your creativity soar and let's embark on this journey of innovation together.
Once again, thank you for joining. Now, without any delay, I request interior designer Meghna Patel to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Anuj Sharma.
Good evening all and our passionate participants. We warmly welcome Mr. Anuj Sharma, a renowned fashion designer. Anuj Sharma entered into fashion with a debut collection called Sunday Market in 2007 after his post-graduation studies in apparel design at renowned design school, National Institute of Design, NID, and Masters in High Performance Sportswear Design at the University of Derby, UK, with a scholarship. Anuj is known for his work in craft development and sustainability, as well as his innovative button masala technique. Anuj's achievements include showcasing collections and conducting workshops internationally, earning recognitions at events like Lakme Fashion Week. He introduced button masala, a groundbreaking method of clothing construction using only buttons and rubber bands, which promotes sustainability and versatility. Anuj's TED Talk and numerous awards highlights his innovative approach. Notable Button Masala has been recognized as one of the top sustainable projects and has been embraced worldwide from India to Europe to Africa. Anuj's contribution extended to the teaching collaboration with brands like Levi's India and even design police uniforms. His influence extends beyond fashion with engagements at prestigious events such as World Economic Forum in Davos. He has also served as one of the two jury members from Forbes 30 Under 30 for 2 consecutive years and a jury member for Lexus Design Award in 2021 and 22. In all, we are privileged to have Anuj Sharma's presence in our innovative and this competition. Anuj, and over to you.
Sorry. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hello. Okay. I think you guys can hear me. Hello. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you, IIID. Thank you, Meghna, for inviting me for this. Now, as a kid, as a student, I participated in a few competition myself. Like I had a friend who would participate in all the competition, and I would always take it as a fun thing. Very fun thing. I would always say, oh, so all the people would be working for like a month, and I would just get up in the night and say, oh, let me design something for something that I have to submit tomorrow. So I never took competition very seriously. Now, of course, the guy who took it seriously always won the competition. My batchmate. I've actually never won a competition in my life. Okay, so I'm pretty much the wrong person to uh, come and give and talk, but maybe the right person because the winners are only one, and the ones who didn't win are many more. Okay, so out of if there are 100 people who or 40, 150 people apply, the winners will be total 5, 6. But I think what a competition tells is not about one person's ability. What a competition displays is a combined ability of humans. So we do not participate only to win for ourselves or to prove ourselves that we're better. We probably participate also to prove together as humanity that we thrive to do things better. I don't know if some ideas are good, some ideas are bad, but judgments are never very easy. Because I've been judging the competition, then I know how biased I am. If I'm a sportsman and if I see a design of chair that is very sporty, I will say, this is good, I like it. But if there is a Bengali judge next to me and if he sees a fish in a furniture, he says, khub bhalo. This is this is what I like. So judgments are never not biased. Okay, there's never going to be a fair or unfair or anything. Judgments are always judgments. Okay, because we're judging. So there are always people who feel like, okay, my design was probably better on somebody else, but it doesn't really matter. What matters at the end of the game is that you participate. We participate not to prove anybody, but to prove together that we care for things like furniture, outdoor furniture. Some of us might not even sit outdoors because we do not have a park culture. We do not take buses. So how do we even know what is good for an outdoor furniture? It's a so to be able to think about it is your earning from it, that you thought about something as simple as an outdoor furniture. Now, of course, you need to do what you need to do for an outdoor furniture. You think about weather, you think about people who are going to sit, you think about the month of May and June and July, you think about the rains, you think about the dust, and you think about all of these things. It's just how you would think about yourself. No? Like if I am going out, what do I have to need? Oh, I'm going to Goa, let me have a cap. Oh, I'm going to Goa, let me have glasses. Oh, I'm going to Kashmir, let me have a jacket. Oh, I'm going to Kashmir. Oh, I'm going to go to the snow, let me have a snow boot. Oh, I need a thicker socks. You have to think pretty much exactly the same way for a furniture. The moment we humanize a product, we start knowing it better. As long as we look at it as a product, we're always going wrong. Because we take a little more care of ourselves than, I don't think we take care so much of ourselves also, but we definitely do take care of ourselves better than the products, or are capable of thinking of ourselves, because we're humans and we're selfish. So I believe that the amount of whatever work you've done so far is absolutely, I'm sure it is fantastic. I haven't seen the entries, but I'm only supposed to motivate and maybe very quietly, silently guide you guys. And if any of you guys think you won quietly because of my suggestion right now, you can give me 5,000 rupees. Okay, quietly send it to me in account anonymous. Okay, I'm going to send you my, okay, or you can pay TM on my number. I don't mind. Now, I think when we talk about furniture and we talk about design, a lot of people think that I have created this design. The only thing that troubles you from achieving anything or being a great designer is the ego. And of course, the competitions are going to tell you that you are the winner because you design. But the best way to make a good design first is to let that ego go away, which says that you are the creator. Everything exists in the world. And, second, weather and conditions. Design has always been, we never needed furniture, for example. We always sat on the grounds. We couldn't have had the furniture earlier. So everything was on bed, were down, because we needed to get cool down. Yeah. But in cold countries, people had to have the beds away from the cold floor. Yeah. They had to sit on the tables and chairs so that they can get away from the floor. Our job is to bring us closer to the floor, not away from the floor. Yeah. So the moment you start thinking of life as heat and cold as the basic concept, you will be able to put things in perspective, basically. It's not just weather. The weather is largely controlled by heat and cold. The moment you go to the basic of heat, you will realize we really never needed furniture. So when somebody says outdoor furniture, it does not necessarily mean you create something which is like a furniture. Yeah. It is for comfort. A friend of mine always used to say कि कौन कम वक्त comfort के लिए बैठता है, कम से कम खड़े रहने से तो कम फटती है. मतलब it's those who get it, those who haven't, I would not repeat it, but it's a very furniture joke that when there's a match between India and Pakistan, you can be sitting on a branch of a tree and watch the match and never complain about it. And you can take the best furniture in the world, and I can give you the best optimum air conditioning, and I can give you the best ergonomics in the furniture and everything else. And I can also give you drinks, and I can also give you music and sound. And when you're sitting there, I can quietly come and tell in your ears that your girlfriend is gone out with your friend that you don't like at all. you'll never be able to sit on that chair. So the comfort is not in the chair. It is always in the mindset. How would you delight people to sit on that furniture that you made? Is your job. Making a furniture is not a big deal. But knowing what will make people want to sit there. But in outdoor furniture, people are really wanting to sit. They will sit anywhere. As long as, depending on the weight of, or the time that they have to wait for something. Yeah. So people are desperate to find places to sit. But how do they need to sit? How should they sit? That has to be redefined. We are always looking at the way we said, oh, sofa hona chahiye, ye to bahut comfortable kar do. Comfort is not always answer. It's a mindset that needs to change. So when I go to Rajasthan, I see people sitting on the roadside. Everybody's on the roadside. It's not that they can't afford to have one chair somewhere, but they just sit like this. ऐसे टांगे ऊपर करके बैठ जाते हैं वहां पे, वेट करते हैं घंटे घंटे 2 घंटे. अब वो जब बैठते हैं वैसे, when they sit like that, they're only making their sitting and bones and knee structure stronger. The more you sit on the chair, the more knee problems we have in the world. Okay, you get my point. Point is, who are you designing that for? And what is lastly, I mean, of course, there are many other things, but lastly is the intent. What is it that you want to bring to the world? It's not just a chair or a furniture or how it is made, how is it constructed. It is expensive, inexpensive. I mean, that of course you'll have to do all of that. I'm sure you all have been taught. But what is the intent? What will happen when a person sits there? कुर्सी में बैठ तो सभी लोग सकते हैं, वो बैठने के बाद डिसीजन क्या ले रहा है कोई? Are you going to be able to influence that decision? Is what you have to design. कपड़े पहनते तो सब लोग सूट हैं, जेंटलमैनली, बट वो क्या आदमी इस लायक हो जाता है कि किसी रास्ते में जाते हुए लोगों को परेशान ना करे, या गाड़ी चलाते हुए बाहर खिड़की खोल के गाली ना दे, है ना? तो सूट पहनने से आदमी जेंटलमैन नहीं हो जाता, या धोती पहनने से आदमी बेकार ना हो जाता. सेम में सोफा या अच्छे फर्नीचर पे बैठ के आदमी अच्छा या शांत ना हो जाएगा. So you have to design the furniture from the point of view that calms down people. Indian outdoor systems are very, there is no outdoor, it's noisy, there are no shades at times. Semi-outdoor means like where the people will run and sit more. So being in a scenario is important, being human or yourself. Imagining the product as human as self has to be important. Content is all right, intent is important. Have an intent. What is it that you want to bring to the mindset of the person? Visual is fine. I mean, I would say people sell crap also, but I know people who have already actually sold crap by putting the crap in the middle of the road and say artwork. Yeah, and millions of us, all of us scrap every morning, but we've never been able to change that into money. It's the way you present. So of course the visual is important. Well, you know, what are you visually presenting doesn't matter as long as you know what you're doing. So intent, more than intent, content. And remember that it's a country which is hot. Everybody is different, cultures are different, times are different, thought process are different, different age group of people will sit on it. It's going to be an 8 to 80 years old. Anybody can come and sit, and different people will have different comment. Yeah. Are you alienating people by sitting in a certain way? Are you allowing people to interact in a certain way? Are you letting them time pass when they're waiting for something, or you want them to just sit and meditate? So that thought process of what you want them to do, where it's not necessary, or what they want you to do, or what they want to do when they reach there. Of course, it's not possible to know everybody's thought process. किसको क्या करना कहाँ बैठ के. But हमें अपना पता है कि अगर इस प्रकार का आदमी यहाँ आके बैठे तो उसको meditative thoughts होने चाहिए. वो मेडिटेटिव थॉट्स ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि नीचे कुछ चुभने वाला लगा तो कहेगा यार बहुत चुभ रहा है, जिंदगी चुभती है यार, everything hurts man, this is life, okay, and he gets into a thought process. So design does not mean that you make everything beautiful. Beauty is a myth. Yeah, I mean, okay, I think I should stop all of these before you guys get confused, but good luck. I think just do it as happy. It's the mindset of you that reflects the output. Stay happy, stay playful, cheerful, and your products will be cheerful. Stay like okay, serious and stressed, your product will be stressed. Okay, so chill, do it well. I'm sure these guys will get to see a lot of great entries. I'm sure you will. Some of you will win now, some of you will some other parts of life. Some of you will win by not winning anything, because there's always a winner who's never won anything. I once got an award that was called one of India's most underrated men. 5 topmost India's underrated men. So I was placed there as one of the most underrated designer in the country, along with Manmohan Singh and some 4 other. But the disadvantage of the winning that award is that I couldn't even advertise that award, because if I advertise that award, everybody will know me, and that way I will also now lose that award also, because then I will become a rated designer. So I stayed underrated, and I could not do that. So I mean, last year I was asked last, and the Lexus award started. I was forced to apply for it, and I applied, and then I was so good that they said, you're so good that we've deleted the category because you're the only one good one. So they removed me from the category, and they removed the category only. Yeah, they said you are finalist, you're the only finalist, but now we can't give it to you. Then 3 years later, they said you're the jury member. I said I don't want to become a jury member. I want to participate and win one award at least. But okay. So applying for awards is a great courage. It takes time. It takes writing. So good luck to you guys. You're a hardworking bunch. I can't. It's a tough one, but go ahead, do it. Enjoy yourself. And I do work called Button Masala. Please go ahead on Instagram and look up Button Masala. It's a brand which makes clothes without cutting and stitching. It's an innovation about it. I mean, we all know clothes are made only by cutting and stitching. So there's only one more way of making clothes in the world which does not use cutting and stitching and machine. That is Button Masala. So in the history of 500 years of fashion design, I am the only one who's done an innovation, or in a way. Not because I wanted to innovate. I only did it because I wanted to have an easy life where I didn't have to cut and stitch. So I don't do anything for people. I do it for myself. So I would imagine myself of how I would like to be. If I went to a place, how would I like the seating to be? I don't mind having a bed next to the, when I am waiting at a place, I would like somebody to give me a massage. While I'm waiting for like somebody's bus or at a bus stop, I don't mind somebody just quickly give me a massage. Just come, and I don't mind lying down on the floor also and doing it to me. So I have my own choice. So if you design with your own experiences in mind, you'll do well. Okay. Thank you. You can always ask me questions later, I guess.
Thank you, Anuj, so much for your time and valuable knowledge to the participants. And I know they're going to have a hands-on on their desk today with the design startup, right? For our competition, participants.
Can we have you unmute yourself and say yes? I think we are not going to let.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think.
Since they are very young, and I'm sure they are very knowledgeable, but they don't know what a Lexus Award jury position is. So I would like them first to do, after this session, Google it. What importance does it hold in a design fraternity? Talking about the biases, I see a cow, as well as I see automobiles. behind you, Mr. Anuj. So I think
Oh,
a very clear.
I have I have all the animals. I have all the animals, not just cow and I have all the animals. I have all the animals on the other side. I have all the. I buy things based on what I can afford or carry with me from the trip. I have all the other ones that I bought yesterday from my trip to Kerala. They're all blind packed. I have an elephant. I have a sheep. I have a वो जो लट्टू होता था ना वो जो घुमाने वाला top.
Yes.
I have a fan. I have lots of other things. I have to unpack them now.
So I
Good.
think the floor is open for the students to bombard you with their questions. See, we have to address one thing very sure, that there's a certain portion of them, they are coming from a design college, and there is somebody, they are genuinely taking a foot towards design, I think so. They're coming from background of engineering. This might, the conversation might sound a little off track to them, so I would like them to take an initiative and question him. It's such a maestro.
No, I can tell you something to, to not so that they don't have to ask me questions. I can tell you an answer straight away.
Please.
Designers are a slightly arrogant bunch of people. Okay, we think we're the only bunch of creative people. It's not just the. I include architects also. I include designers. No doubt. But the point is, when you look at the idea of creativity, I don't know anybody who's not creative.
True that.
Yeah, I think I always ask this question to all my fashion students who think they design every day and they're constantly trying to be different. I tell them the more you try to be different, the more you become common. The more you try and become commoner, the more you become different, because the difference doesn't have to be looked for, because it's already exists in you. Yeah, it exists in you. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to try hard for it. It exists. So even if you do the same chair that somebody else is doing, exactly the same way, you'll never be able to make it the same way. Because you already are so different that your stroke of doing something, filing something is going to be different. Now, creativity, I asked, like, between a doctor and a fashion designer, who's more creative? So they say obviously fashion designer, because there are these post creative head, creative this thing, creative. I say, okay, let's say, what does a fashion designer have to make? A trouser or a shirt. He has to cut a trouser or a shirt, which he can buy from a fabric from the market for 250 rupees to 400 rupees per meter. So even if he screws up in cutting the fabric, he can buy another 5 meters. Yeah. Whereas in a doctor is cutting a human being. He doesn't even know what's really inside. Okay? He knows. He looks at you and tells you, oh God, probably there's a problem. Okay, let's cut you up. When he cuts, there's a blood that flows out of him. So he knows how to control blood, which ones to cut, where to cut, how to cut. Yeah. So if any designer thinks he knows how to cut better than doctors, no way. After if anything goes wrong to the patient, the doctor will be sent to the jail. So he's under like 10 times more pressure than a person who's cutting the. वो भी खुद भी नहीं काटता डिजाइनर, तो काट तो बेचारा टेलर रहा है. ओके, जेब छोटी या बड़ी हो गई कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. उसके बाद में डिजाइनर उसको हाथ से स्टिच करके बोल देता है #सस्टेनेबिलिटी हैंड स्टिच. डॉक्टर वर्षों से हैंड स्टिच कर रहा है.
खुद कर रहा है
वर्षों से. उसको मेटलर्जी, फिजिक्स, उसको केमिकल्स, साइंस, उसको पता है कि कैसे रॉड्स को कैसे अंदर फिक्स करना है, कैसे मूवमेंट आएगा. सो मूवमेंट्स, काइनेटिक्स, he knows more than a designer and an artist. Okay, and probably so an engineer also knows a lot. They also know how the material has to combine, where it has to move, where it will rust. Yeah, they're making slightly 10 times bigger products.
Yes.
Yeah,
True.
I mean, I'm talking about just, if an engineer is helping you understand the material strength at a micro level, he knows 5 times better, of anything else. So, but after all of that, the doctor never takes a selfie with his patient, says, "My patient, I cured him today." No, he doesn't. He's not the guy who says, and he doesn't say, "Creative doctor, come to me." Designers think we're creative, no, we're not. I think everybody else is. Everybody is creative. And so I don't think there's any difference between people. If there is a difference, it's only in your mind. Please don't have that confusion in your mind. You're as good as anybody. In fact, you're better because you're not a designer. I see more chance for an engineer to win than a designer in this case.
So I think this is coming from the maestro, the most happening underrated designer of the nation. So I think he's clarified this biggest doubt that we wanted to clarify from the beginning, that nobody is having an undue advantage. And we are at the end of the day talking about a collaborative situation, collaborative efforts at the end of the day. So I think I have been able to clarify the biggest question that the participants might have from the other end. I don't want to fragment them, but that's something that's in their head. And the designer himself, a well-known designer himself, has clarified this. So I think that has helped. Sorry. Yeah. So we have Divya. Yes, Divya.
Hello, sir. My name is Dia.
Yeah, sorry, Dia. Sorry, Dia.
So I have a question regarding the deliverables that we require to submit for the final submission.
Dia, sorry to interrupt, but right now we are going to have a Q&A with Anuj sir regarding design queries or something. We'll be clarifying the doubts related to the competition in the later half. So can we just make the most of his time and ask something that's your creative brains are questioning creativity process? Shall I question on behalf of you? Shall I take an initiative? If button masala, the intent was to cut down on your efforts, I think so, because you talked about intent to be more important than the content. So what was the intent behind developing a brand like such, an iconic one?
I've actually not created a brand. I have not registered my company.
Okay, the purpose. Okay, I'll just trying to answer.
The intent still the same. Have lesser troubles, lesser CA issues, less money, more time. Yeah. So the idea is still to have save time. So the brand has happened on its own. People are making it a brand. I am not making it a brand.
Okay, very interesting.
I'm doing what I'm doing. I've never bothered about what anybody else is thinking. I have, I work very, very differently. I do not have tags on my garments. I've never had. But if you see a button masala garment, anybody in the country will turn up and say, "Hey, that's button masala."
Yeah, true. I have witnessed that.
So when somebody is branding, he's only branding to make sure that he's identified among thousands of people, because it is very close to each other, it's similar. So you say, okay, this one, this designer, this one is this designer. खुद भी नहीं कंफ्यूज जाए कहीं ऐसा ना हो. बट मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि इन सब एफर्ट में इतना टाइम जाता है ना कि मतलब हम काम 10% होता है, 90% उसके पेरिफेरी पे उससे संबंधित हरकतें. तो जो काम करते हैं ऑफिस में वो बताएंगे काम तो एक्चुअली 10 मिनट का होता है. उससे मेल भेजो, वो भेजो, उसका भेजो, उसका ये चालान भेजो, उसको चालान को कंफर्म करो, ये करो. मेरे पास वो कोई इशू ही नहीं है. I have never taken an account of how many garments have gone to sell where, how many have come back. तो मुझे पता ही नहीं लगता किसी ने चीटिंग की है, किसी ने लूटा है. मेरे को पता ही नहीं है किसने लूटा है. तो ह्यूमन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से I do not spend time on figuring out who's a bad guy, who's a good guy. I think the only thing we have come with as a product in life is our only thing that we brought in or sent in the world is time. Time is our life, and it's going backwards. Yeah. The more time you spend on unnecessary things and things that you do not like, you're you never earning. The only thing you earn after earning money is you try to earn back the time. Yeah.
True.
You spend 8 hours and you make some money, and then you spend that 8 hours money to buy back 2 hours. I am someone who says तेरे पास 8 घंटे है तो तू कुछ मत कमा, 2 घंटे के लिए क्यों लड़ रहा है? You have 8 hours. You want 2 hours? No. After working for 8 hours, don't work for 8 hours only. No, it's okay. Food and all, everything is available. God will always give you if you do not worry about it. So I'm never worried. Things come, things happen. So yeah, it's the intent was always to make my life easy. I do not think about, I'm a selfish person and I love it.
Your accountability towards time is the intent. I assume so. I assume so. And your time is a happy time. When I say time,
I mean, I don't see it as a very कि आज तो खुशी रहना है, हंस रहे हर समय, हाँ नहीं. One shot. Yeah, calmness is the intent.
So we are clear about the intent, but can you throw some light on the design process that you employ? Is there anyone?
The design process is simple. Stop thinking. देखिए आप, if I mean design is, I mean now that I'm talking and it doesn't matter the 5 minutes. There's a lot of thought given about thoughts. I think thinking is an exaggerated concept. Humans should think. Think about what? I already know how to put my hands into mouth and pick something tasty. I've already learned all of that. Most survival basic instincts I already have. Now what do I have to think? Oh, think about tomorrow morning. But I don't know what will happen tomorrow morning. So I'm going to question my brain and say, hey, look, listen, if I'm going to go tomorrow morning to meet that girl, will she come or not? Will she like me? How do I know? The brain doesn't know. Brain doesn't care. Brain says when you reach there, if at that point of time, if I see I like it, I will go ahead and say hello. If I don't, I will not. If I see a mother who's carrier hanging around with her, then I will disappear from one side. If I see a brother who will beat me up, and then I will not even bother to go. If I see a sister who's smarter than her, maybe I flirt with her. Maybe she doesn't like. But that's only time will tell you what will happen in that time. Thinking process can only make you do things that already exist.
So are you stressing on intuitive while developing?
Not even intuitive. I mean, your intuition is also based on what you've already learned so far. Yeah. If you want to do something very different, then start making it.
Executing it.
Start executing it.
Executing
it. You will do it. You will reach a point where you will be able to come up with, by mistake, something that's different. Yeah. But if I told you all of us think of an alien, we're always going to say alien will have 3 legs, 2 eyes, something green, something monstrous, ye, wo, or this, that. So we will only be able to think within what we have seen in our life, heard, watched. Nobody can think out of the box. There is no out of the box. It's all within the box. Now, you see 2 extra movies, your box becomes a little bigger. You suddenly realize your boxes become bigger. But you still, all of us are living in the same box, believing that we have separate boxes. And we have an idea of how big that box is. The moment we go to travel to Afghanistan, Pakistan, or America, we realize, oh, I know now more. Oh, I'm so more intelligent. My box is bigger. Your box is not bigger. Your box is the same size. It's always very big. You just never step out of the understanding of how. So if you think of all of the things, it's always going to be things based on what you've seen, learned from all these travels, readings, writings, in meeting people, whatever. It's always going to be within the box. The out of the box will never happen. Now, a lot of people and millions or most of us have not even explored how big the actual existing box is. So when any one of us walks out in an area where nobody has ever walked, then we think it is beyond, like he has thought something more. He hasn't thought, he just reached there. If he had thought, he would have never reached there, because you can't think what that place would look like, because it's never been there. But once you reach there, you can tell what happened there. For a person who's never been there, you think, oh, उसने सोच के वहां गया होगा. सोच के नहीं जाया जाता. सोच के कोई नया पराठा नहीं बना सकता. So design is pretty much only field where they say, oh, on the day one that you are a very different chef. तू इतना कमाल पराठा बनाएगा ना जिंदगी में, एक काम कर, ऐसा पराठा सोच जो किसी ने नहीं बनाया, कल इसकी ड्राइंग करके 4 लेके आना. Mom, if you make moms the teacher, they will say, beta, start with chapati, make chapatis, make this, that, then some aloo paratha, then gobi paratha, paneer paratha, and one day by mistake you'll add some flavors or by choices, and you'll come up with something that's not been there. Maybe you come up with something that hundreds of people have already done, but you don't know. Then you will start showing that, oh, look at so different. Then somebody say it's been eaten. My mom makes it for 10 years now. You didn't come to any Marathi house. We do it every day. Then after traveling the whole world, you realize there's nothing new you have done. Somebody's doing something. So it's not that the butter masala as a concept would have never, nobody have tied something with something like fabrics have never been tied together. ऐसे कभी हुआ नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. तुमने उसको लेके कितनी देर तक और बांधा, कितना पकड़ के रखा, कितना छोड़ा, उसके ऊपर उसकी मीनिंग आती. Then you start saying, oh, this is, wow, this is different. It's not great because nobody else can tie the rubber bands or buttons. It's great because I took it and I continued doing it to so many years that people can see how well it can be now. Now people look at it and say, it's so simple, मैं भी कर सकता था, which is true. And that's what I want people to realize. आप भी कर सकते थे, मैं भी बहुत सारी चीजें कर सकता हूँ, but जो कर लेता है वो कर लेता है, तो करने पे होता है, वरना कुछ नहीं होता है.
So I think the bottom line is you have to start working. You have to start executing rather raising it. So
it's
we
okay.
have
two hands,
yeah. We have Sujal. Sujal, yes. The question.
Yes, sir.
Sujal,
Hi, sir.
where are
Can
you
hear me?
from?
Yeah,
Sujal,
please
Sir,
do
I'm
that.
from Ahmedabad right now, but I'm originally from Pune.
Okay. You are
Yes,
at Anand.
so my question is, no, sir, GLS.
Oh, GLS. Okay, yeah. Tell me.
Yes. So my question is, how do you separate a good design from better design? Like if you have multiple options, how do you select one? Like I have to work on this one particularly.
That's as I said, intelligently, like individually, you will only have to be biased by your own opinion. Yeah, you can be smart and call 5 people and say, in dono mein se kaun sa acha hai? But those 5 are also all biased. Yeah. So then instead of getting caught up between the 5, but if you know 5 intelligent people who are lesser biased than the others, can come and comment on them. But if let's say I am studying at an ID, I have a different point of view. You study at GLS, you have a different point of view. You get 5 GLS people, intelligent boys, they'll give you 5 point of view. You bring that design to 5 NID and they'll say, crap, this is bad. Yeah. You take it to some other college, student where they've studied there, they'll say, oh, I like this is better, So we're all opinionated, okay? But the true test of it will come only with time. Only time tells you what's a good design, what's a bad design. So you do not have time to sit down and wait for it and figure it out. Yeah. So you might as well just listen either to someone you trust, basically. So either you trust yourself, listen to yourself, but you don't, then go to a teacher who you trust. Because it's good to invest your time in design that can be trusted rather than design cannot be trusted by someone. So if you're trusting somebody and you're working on it, you have more interest in doing it. But there is no one way of saying this is a good design or bad design. I can kill many good design that the world thinks is a good design. Bring it to me, I'll say, this is crap. But that's probably because I come from a certain village, certain thought process. I have a certain point of view. But somebody who thinks about money all the time say, oh, this is good design. I can sell it, millions of it. और तुम्हें ये भी नहीं पता ना जूरी कौन ले रहा होगा, उसमें कौन बैठा होगा. तुमने तो इंटेलिजेंटली कुछ कर भी लिया, but someday it's possible that the jury will see. If there are 5 jury members who thinks in certain way, the answers will be based on that. So it's fair enough for them. Maybe unfair to you, but you can't have all the people judging everything. मतलब पब्लिक को वोटिंग भी करवा सकते हैं, बट पब्लिक को खुद को कहाँ पता है कि क्या कर रही है. तो भाई लाइक दे दे करवा दोगे तुम 50,000, उससे क्या होगा. वक्त ही बताएगा तुम्हारा काम कैसा है, और देयर इज नो अदर वे.
Thank you, sir.
We had Krishna. Krish had a question.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Krish Sompura.
Right.
I'm from Rajasthan, but right now I'm studying in Vadodara Parul University. Sir, we already met at VFDF festival,
Okay.
and I have a question. How do you balance aesthetic with functionality in your design?
Aesthetics with functionality. It's impossible to balance it. Again, aesthetics is so subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. तो मेरे को बड़ा सुंदर लग रहा है, मैं ये शर्ट पहन के आ गया. अभी कितने लोग इसमें से कई लोग होंगे जो कह रहे होंगे क्या प्रिंट है, सिंपल सोबर शर्ट पहनते. अब उसकी इच्छा मेरी इच्छा में बहुत है. तो aesthetics is very subjective. The functionality is also subjective. It's mean we have larger universal subjective thing कि भाई बैठना है तो घुटने तो मुड़ने चाहिए. But people are different height and health. From Kanyakumari to Northeast, there are different butt sizes, different lengths, different leg proportions, body proportions, different cultural point of view. दिल्ली जाओगे तो मूढ़े मिलेंगे आपको पुरानी जगहों में. अभी भी मूढ़े पे लोगों को बैठने में मजा आता है. बॉम्बे जाओगे आपको कहीं मूढ़े न मिलेंगे. You won't get mudas anywhere. So it doesn't mean the Bombay has the better taste or mudas are the best place for Delhi. No, it's just a lot of times it's supply chain management. जो दिखता है वो बिकने लग जाता है. So aesthetics उस पर develop हो जाती है. No, so we always have. It's very difficult to balance. You trust yourself. You do it the way. The time will again guide you. That if you do not have money, like when I make a garment, I never demand that if I had this, I would have done this. This is my time. I have to deliver this much. I have only this much money. So all I can do is instead of buying 2000 rupees meter, I should buy cotton because मेरी औकात 30 रुपए की खरीदने की है. तो मैं 60 रुपए का कपड़ा ले आया. अब 60 रुपए का कपड़ा गलत भी कट गया तो मैं दोबारा खरीद सकता हूँ. तो मुझे काटने में डर नहीं लग रहा. मेरा वो वेस्ट नहीं हो रहा टाइम. एंड जो ऐसे भी उसको मैंने करके बना दिया अपनी पसंद का. अब slowly and steadily people understand your style. If you go by what the world says, you'll always be conforming to the style. And I'm not saying to rebel it, just to rebel it. Listen to yourself. Yeah, your body will always guide you to the right proportions, right this thing, and everything else. Rest observation. With observation, everything happens. There's no. I don't know if I have the best aesthetics. Of course, I don't have. But if I only follow the aesthetics, I don't know if the world would have ever seen Anuj Sharma. Because if everybody looked like, Katrina Kaif or Salman Khan, then, I would rather not switch on camera because सब एक से तो दिख रहे हैं. क्या problem है? देखना ही किसको है? हम अंधे ही घूम रहे होते हैं ना. Why would, if I knew everybody is going to look like Salman Khan or Katrina Kaif, I wouldn't go out on date. I will not meet my friends. If everybody was talking like Gulzar, then I'll be dead.
Right,
वैसे तकिए पे सर रख के नमकीन पानी के अंदर में नहा रहा था. Nice. But if only there are 5 Gulzar, if there everybody's Gulzar, then you're screwed. So the world needs you basically, and world needs your proportions and aesthetics. It's okay.
I hope it answers your question, Krish.
Yes,
yeah.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
I personally really like the approach button masala in general. So sorry for having my fanboy moment. But hypothetically assuming if Mr. Anuj Sharma is the jury, because these are students at the end of the day, Anuj, they are looking to win the race, and which is very human of them too. What is the criteria? We are right now generalizing designer, but if at all, hypothetically, I'm not opening up the cards right now, but hypothetically, if Anuj Sharma is the judge, what are his biases gonna be for judging the winning entry?
Mine is I mean, I think things that I like is which are done with the least amount of effort. जो कम वक्त में कम सस्ते में खुशी खुशी दिख जाता है कि भाई ने मतलब कर दिया. बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल, बहुत घुस के, बट ऐसा भी सोचना भी पड़ता है ना, कभी कभी सोचना भी पड़ता है। बट जब आप खुशी खुशी कर रहे हैं तो ख्याल आ ही जाता है यार ये तो साला ऐसा होगा तो इस पे पेंट तो करना है, तो पेंट रखा ही नहीं, हटा ही दिया पेंट, क्योंकि पेंट उखड़ जाएगा, पेंट रखो ही मत। मतलब वो अगर आपने किया है ना तो दिख जाता है। तो आई मीन I like simpler ideas. I don't like complex ideas. I
The
like
effort, the efforts can. Are you talking in the context of efforts, or are you talking in the context of the final product that it has to be effortless?
the product has to be for me and effortless. It's not the amount of time. But if you're working a lot towards something and you're not saying hello to your friends and not going for chai and avoiding people, then I don't like the point of it. क्या मतलब खुद तुम कह रहे हो कि दुनिया के आओ बैठो और ऐसी चीज बना दो जिसपे सब बैठेंगे और पसंद करेंगे, पर खुद ही ना बैठ पा रहे। Design has to happen for yourself. Design should improve your life quality. To try and improve somebody else's life quality is pointless. Design always says design is for problem solving. किसी की problem solve मत करो भैया, खुद की करो. Do it for yourself. Solve your problem.
So in this case, sorry to interrupt. Sorry, go ahead.
No. So if you do improve your lifestyle, you are an example, and that example is relevant to maybe another 100 people of your types. But one moment you say, I will resolve this guy's problem who's sitting at the bus stop, but you've never been to bus stop. तुम बैठे नहीं हो, तुम एसी गाड़ी से उतरते हो, बस से 3 सेकंड पहले पहुंचते हो, बस से 15 मिनट पहले पहुंच के you don't even open the car door, you sit in the cab which is ventilated AC, and the moment car comes you run out, hug your mom, probably you hug the mom in the car and then leave. Then please don't do it for them, do it for yourself. You still think that if I have to go and I want to better my experience, then I don't want even to get out of the car. How can I slide out from the car without sitting anywhere and straight into the window and sit on the chair or the bus or the train? Then look at it that. I'm saying make it more personal than public, because you're also public.
Yes. So I'll just try to make it normal for the students or dilute it for them to accept. So I think what we are trying to say is, first of all, the biggest achievement of this competition is going to be the experience which they have been devoid of, being a regular public or using these public places and the furniture. And after experiencing that, humanizing your thoughts is what we are trying to summarize here. Am I quoting it right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to narrow it down for them, because I think being a student,
what I feel is his work himself is an example of innovative thing, right? Have you ever heard of thought? I mean, I found it first time when I went to his studio that clothing can be worn without stitching, and those are amazing from the traditional to the Western style, right? So his work himself says a lot of things of innovation. I think, have you ever thought of a single cloth without a stitch?
Does anyone? It's like stitching ke bina to kapde sochne the is a basic fundamental, and it's question that.
And yeah,
he's not taking up the credit though. He's not taking up the credit though. Very humble enough to not take the credit though.
Yeah, but see, his work himself says a single piece of cloth can be worn and draped on the vehicle style just with the buttons and the rubber bands, right? And what he's talking about sustainability and the basic instincts of your design. I think you should try to grab out of that. Yeah, Anuj?
Yeah. Thank you. I think it's just करिए काम करिए मजा कीजिए.
Do we have any other question, guys? Any more hands to be raised? I assume so. I was the only one who was chattering all and bombarding with your questions, and I also come with my own biases. So don't take me very seriously. I was just trying to unearth him from a student point of view. Okay, so as we come to this end of this wonderful session from the maestro himself, I would like to hand it over to architect Atish Patel, Chairman IIID-CRC, and architect Mrunal Patel to address all of us and have their vote of thanks.
Good evening, all. Thank you for all for joining us today. To see you all in such a huge number. Anuji, on behalf of Triple ID Charotar, I extend our heartfelt gratitude for gracing us with your presence today. Your words of encouragement and the valuable insights you shared have left an indelible impact on our participants. Your passion for the design and your willingness to support and inspire the next generation of designers are truly commendable. Once again, thank you for your time, wisdom, and encouragement. We are deeply appreciative of your contribution to our students' growth and development. We look forward to the opportunity of welcoming you again in the future. Now, I would like to invite Architect Mrunal Patel, Triple ID Charotar Chairperson 2325, to say a few words to the participants.
Hello everyone. Hi Anuj. I think I'm a very bad listener, but today I think you took us initially to a very visual journey in my own mind. It was I thought your way of talking to the students really opened the knots in their minds about how to go about the design. So that's a really great part of today's interaction. To the students, I think your commitment is really appreciable, and I think you will. I mean, we are excited to see you pouring your ideas and coming up with a lot more new things which you are waiting to see after this interaction, or many more to come. And I must say that you should be enjoying the process rather than expecting any result out of it. So I think the process is what you should enjoy and bring the best out of yourself. So that's what I would like to add to this. And thank you everyone again for this great session. I would appreciate the team behind Sarjan, Megnaben, Rachitaben, Bharat, Gopal, and this way to make this great initiative, and I'm really looking forward for the designs. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrunal. Just a minute. Yes. So, Anuj sir, thank you for sparing some time and enlightening us for your valuable knowledge. It was genuinely a very refreshing kind of a conversation. It was great to know you personally rather than a button masala, and your approach towards design. It myself has helped me open up the design process, thought process, and so I'm sure the students might be enlightened with the same. I would like I would like now Rachita Ben and Bharat to address the question and answers. But before that, I would like to thank Anuj sir, and I would like Meghna Ben to Anuj sir, you can leave if you want to.
Yes, thank you.
Triple
so
ID
much.
CRC is always in depth for your contribution to this initiative. Thank you so much, and we are hoping to collaborate with you ASAP.
Yeah. If everybody can just quickly start the video, I'll take a picture of this.
Yeah, please. I request everyone. Can we have everyone?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone take a picture and then send it to me?
Can you?
Windows
Everybody takes some time to comb their hair and everything. You can take it. This is more than enough. Who's taking the pictures? Anybody taking a picture?
Has any student taken a picture? A participant?
A screenshot लेना. On a screenshot पसंद. और एक खाली print screen एक लोग है.
सही हो.
पर कॉपी करो WhatsApp पेज पर.
हाँ. Yeah. I think.
Yeah, probably run. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I have it. I'll be able to pass it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah,
But do follow up Button Masala and see. There are a lot of furnitures that I do.
Yeah.
We are excited about your collaboration with one of the furniture make.
Yeah, that also. But I've been making furniture for a lot of time now. Just that it's a longer process, so it's better to collaborate and do it than. But
True.
it's as a technique, it's very beautiful for furniture. So I'm looking forward to making it a little more popular in the public arena or other places.
True.
See you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Meghna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I'm leaving now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Do we have the participants? So, guys, now we are open to Q&A. You can ask any question related to the competition or the entries that you want. Yeah. Do we have anybody? Any questions? We had Dia in between. I don't know if she's there anymore. Really? Do we have any questions, guys? No questions? Krish, do you have? You have been loyal. Yeah. So I'll hand it over for 2 minutes to Rachita Ben and Bharat, who's been taking care, and it's been incepted. The whole competition has been incepted by them for you to guide what can help. But at the end of our conversation with such a renowned designer, your visuals are gonna, take a stage, because the interaction between your entries and our thought process is gonna be a shorter period of time. So I hope that your visual speaks of your ideas. So take that medium very strongly. I'll hand it over to Bharat and Rachita Ben for you to enlighten for your entries.
So someone was asking about deliverables for the submission. Some girl was there. Is she still there? So it is already mentioned on our design brief. Still, anyone have confusion, they can write to us or they can call us. Right?
And can you enlighten us what is inbox for them in the future time to come before they submit their entries?
We are planning one more session with another experienced designer in this field. So you all can stay tuned, and we'll be announcing that soon, the coming session, and we expect more participants next time.
We will also be having an informal session if they want to have any queries regarding the submission data, right?
Yes, we can have that. But it would be great if you can post your questions to WhatsApp or on emails, so we get to know that we are going to address what kind of questions. So yes, we can keep that session as well if we get a proper amount of response. Otherwise, we can answer you. We can respond you individually as well. Yeah.
So one more request from me to you guys. I've randomly selected 5 of you. I will be needing a 1-minute bite-sized videos of your. So how excited are you about the competition and what has enlightened you? So I think the 5 lucky or the underrated people would be Krish, Pranav, Janvi, Keshvi, and Manil. Are you five aware of your responsibilities, guys?
Yes, sir.
Pranav, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Manil,
Yes, sir.
Keshvi,
Yes, sir.
Janvi?
Yes, sir.
Great. I would be expecting amazing video bite size for you, so we can post it on our center and we can have such an I am so excited about this. I have been just a part of it. Rachita Ben and Bharat has been a very pivotal role, and so is Meghna Ben. But I have been a spectator and looking at you guys today. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are as well. Can you
So
share
we
your
are super
experience and your
excited.
excitement?
So we are super excited for this.
And we might plan. I don't commit to you guys, but looking at you all together, we will like to have a very informal kind of a session wherein you can interact within this participant to participant. You guys are from around the country, from different ends, so at least we want to cherish a bond, that you have been part of Sarjan. Unfortunately, we are placed far away with each other, but at least we are thankful to have such a great medium of Zoom or say Google Meet. So we'll have an informal session where you talk about experiences, or you will have an introduction. First of all, we're going to have an introduction where all the 50 members of them, because at the very beginning, I think Millie, or I don't know who said that, where do they stand? We initiated that. We are all standing on the same podium, but at least we should know who's standing next to us on the same podium. So I'm excited about that. So we'll be posting for the same in the future to come. Do you guys still have any question or query, or do you want to throw the next session you want in some on these lines? You want somebody to talk on these topic? Do you have anything like that in your mind? Anyone?
So,
Yep, yeah, Krish, yeah.
sir, like I have a little question about the submission. Like, do we have to create any prototype of a furniture?
I'll hand it over to them.
Hi. You can make a scale model,
Right, sir.
according to your design, and you can attach photos of it in the sheet. But you don't have to make a big prototype or like that.
Okay, so sir, like I have to create that with the same material, or else I can use another material.
That's up to you, I think.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You can go for 3D printing as well.
Right,
And
ma'am.
as Bharat said, you don't have to make it in actual scale. You can scale it down and you can decide your material accordingly.
Right. Thank you, ma'am.
Anything else? Any more queries? I
Sir,
assume
I
we
have
all.
one question.
Yes, Manil.
Uh, as our topic is semi-outdoor space, so can I ask what are the certain dimension limits, that scale limits we have to create that kind of furniture in it? And also any other good means I am from non-designing background. I am from mechanical engineering, and the designing platforms I know is AutoCAD and SolidWorks or Creo. So is there any other designing software that may help in that may help me in easiness of this designing?
I think when I was gathering all the data, mechanical engineering was, as far as I know, they do make more visually and technical drawings than architects. SolidWorks is, I think, a great software to explain the product. Yeah. So
Yes.
don't assume that you are from engineering, so you can't
Okay.
present your products. So
SketchUp?
yeah.
If he's asking if we can have another software idea, SketchUp can be any.
Yeah, SolidWorks is
SolidWorks
more than enough.
is advanced than
to
Okay.
SketchUp.
your design, yeah.
Okay.
And you are familiar with the AutoCAD for 2D drawings and all.
Yes.
So
Yes.
both softwares are enough to present your ideas.
Okay. So we have to upload our 2D design in 2D design format, or we have to 3D print it, or we can do any of them.
You can
You
put
have
images of 3D models. You can
Okay.
export photos of models.
Okay.
Yeah. but in presentation you do have to present your 2D drawings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Manil, just to interject in this conversation, you now have 50 new friends who are your surgeon podium standards. Okay, so you can always take help from the people who are from the design fraternity. I hope as we are trying to make up a common group or something where you guys can interact with each other. मुझको कुछ आता है, आपको कुछ आता है, आप मुझे कुछ सिखाओ, मैं आपको कुछ सिखा दूंगा. SolidWorks is not what architects or design fraternity works with that often.
Yes.
And similarly, the other fraternity can show you how visually you can make your ideas present very strongly. So we are looking for that kind of intention, and trust me, I'm not even lying. If you don't do this process, you're gonna make a friends for your life who are placed very far away. And we're looking, when we say collaboration, we truly mean it when we say that. So we'll try to make a group where you guys can interact, you guys can have your own, conversation. We don't need to formalize it. So I hope you milk this cow very well and make a new friend. True?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, we close it for now. Looking for amazing things to come in the future. So yeah, thank you guys for joining on this.
All the best.
All the best. All the best from the
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you, sir.